Hi, it's Vince Marotta here with the owner of the Arizona Rattlers, Ron Shurts, here to give the fans of Rattler Nation a state of the Rattlers, if you will. Ron, how are you, sir?
Good, good.
Coming off a great season, obviously, fell just a bit short, but another great success in the history, the very storied history of the Arizona Rattlers franchise.
And I think the bigger thing, Vince, is I mean, obviously we lost and we hate to lose, but the fact that we had a great season and the fact we got the Arena Bowl here, and then we went out to Glendale to play the game at 4 o'clock on a Friday, and we packed the place. That says something about the fan base. That says something about the Rattlers, and came up short. But I'll tell you what, it was exciting, and what a great amount of energy. It was fun.
And you mentioned the attendance for that game, but the attendance was a strong point all throughout the season. Highest attendance in the league, highest attendance for the Rattlers since 2004. Is it possible Rattler Nation is still growing?
Rattler Nation is still growing, and we had 13,000 plus and on average, and again, the Suns, we partner with the Suns and helping us manage the tickets and getting people in the arena. They've done a nice job for us, and so we're pretty excited about it.
It seems like this offseason, maybe more than most in recent history, Ron, there's questions from the public about the future of the indoor football game, and that is, you know, it's carved out a niche, obviously, in the American sports landscape with over 25 years in history. But what can you tell us about the challenges that the indoor game is facing right now?
Well, I mean, the indoor game isn't necessarily facing the challenges per se. It's, you know, the AFL's facing challenges, and we've lost some teams recently. And from my perspective, this is, you know, I look at this from a business perspective and also from a fan perspective, and the culture of the Rattlers. It's important that the Rattlers continue to thrive.
And that leads us to one of the big reasons why we're here today, and that is the announcement of a move into the Indoor Football League. How did that come about, and where are you in the process now?
Well, the process is over now, and we're going to move. And from my perspective, this isn't about anything other than the fans and the city. And they've supported us, and when I look at the AFL, and I love all those guys, and I hope they're successful in the future, but I couldn't take a chance for the fans that potentially AFL wouldn't play in 2017. And if we rolled in 2017, we might be in a situation where it's there's no season. And so I had to make a decision about, you know, where we're going to go, and it's not about AFL anyway. It's about the Arizona Rattlers, and it's about our fans. It's about, you know, we're going to continue to deliver a great product.
So you just changed the first letter in the FL. So the IFL, what can you tell us about life in the Indoor Football League as it will look?
So, I mean, it's going to be a little bit different game. You'll see a little bit more running, and it'll be actually a little bit closer to outdoor football, believe it or not. And believe it or not, the athletes will be very similar. There are guys that come out of college right away that don't make it in the NFL. There are guys that actually get cut from the NFL, come back down, and they need some film to get to the next level. And they're going to come down here and play, and we're going to have some fun. And I actually think from a fan perspective, it actually could be a lot more exciting. Now,
you guys are known as the big boys of when you were in the AFL with all the Arena Bowl championships and appearances. The IFL's got a powerhouse team in its own right in Sioux Falls. What kind of challenge does that present moving forward?
Well, I mean, anytime a team wins 6 in a row, right, I think the difference is they don't have Kevin Guy, and we do. And Kevin Guy's can continue to be here and continue to run our organization and continue to be our coach. And we just feel like Kevin can coach, and he can get the players in here, and we'll have some great players in here, and it'll be exciting for us.
It's also an opportunity, you know, moving to the IFL to rekindle some storied franchises from Rattlers history. I mean, everybody remembers the 97 Arena Bowl against the Iowa Barnstormers. They're members of the IFL. Spokane's got a team. Colorado's got a team. Tell us more about that.
Well, you know, we've never liked Spokane. so we're going to play them again, which is kind of exciting. We know the ownership pretty well, and Iowa left a couple years ago, and I've talked to both those owners in this process, and we feel like this is a great transition. So we're excited about it, and from a Rattler fan perspective, it's business as usual. I mean, we're going to go out and play. We're going to go out and win. We're going to go out and compete, and we're going to pack the stadium.
You touched on the difference between the AFL and the IFL. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that? What fans who are coming to the Snake Pit to see the Rattlers play in the future, what they might expect from the quality of play, the style of play?
The quality of play is going to be identical. I mean, but the styles will be a little bit different. I mean, we're going to run the football a little bit more. Believe it or not, we actually have a tailback in this league, and you'll see safety blitzes, you'll see corner blitzes, you'll see a different kind of football game, but they get after it pretty well. And again, they're top-notch athletes. and guys that have had successful at the D1 level, and again, it'll be a lot of fun.
Is there a message that you have for Rattler fans that might be a little wary of change moving into the future? Obviously, there's been some organizations that have had some challenges that maybe you haven't had here in Arizona under your ownership. But do you have a message for the fans that can instill confidence?
Yeah, I do. I think my very first press conference we had in 2011 in May was actually down here on the field. And I had said to the fans in that press conference, I said, we will bring back the Arizona Rattlers like it was in the 90s. This is 2011, okay? Pretty big statement. And I said, we're going to pack this arena like we did in the 90s. And, the last time we won a championship was 94, 97. And as you know, we went to 5 out of 6 arena bowls and won 3 in a row. And I think that's probably my conviction of the whole thing is that, sometimes you got to make some business decisions, but at the same time, we got to make good decisions for the fans and the city. And I think in this perspective, for us to be able to have the opportunity to make sure this franchise continues to be viable and make sure it's in place for the fans for years to come, that was really the biggest decision. And then, I'm not always right, but I feel pretty good about our direction as an organization, which is, again, the exact same comment made in 2011 that we're going to bring it back, and we have.
Yeah, you have. And I think you said something earlier in our conversation, and that is, no offense to the IFL, but it's not about the league, it's about the Arizona Rattlers and the brand that you've been able to build and maintain.
It is, and I people aren't coming to see the AFL here. They're not necessarily coming to see us play LA or anybody else, or Philadelphia or Jacksonville. They came to see the Rattlers play. And we're going to have a brand of football, and it's going to be fun and exciting. It's going to be family, the way it's always been. And the new venture is actually kind of exciting for us.
Well, congratulations on the move to the IFL. I know the fans are going to be very excited about it as well, that the Rattler brand will remain as strong as ever. I'm looking forward to it as well. Ron, congratulations.
Good, Vince, thank you.
Great to talk to you.